I haven't seen your face before. Are you a new rune hunt? I'm working with her on the condition that she and her... Anyway, since you're here, it would be nice if you could lend me a hand. Especially seeing how I'm working alone. From the nearby trap, take out the animal that will be used as today's rations. And of course, it's your responsibility to clean and trim it, alright?
I'm freezing. I was told to come here, so I... What? Leon and Opika are here? Oh, man. I never thought I'd find the way here. Thank you for the escort.
I knew it. I'm certain the other rune hunters are having trouble finding their way. If Lewin is here, that means Werder is coming. I wonder where Werder is.
I'm worried about Werder. We were together and I'm certain that Werder is rune hunter. Can I ask you to find Werder?
Lewin is already at the top? No one. Lewin was never good with directions. But that means I shouldn't linger here any longer. By the way, there was a giant snow pig Cornu down there. It even penetrated through the temple. It must be really strong. If you're the type of rune hunter that enjoys adventures, why don't you try taking it on?
You're the Rune Hunter. Help them.
Annihilated? I'm not sure, but after learning how the militia killed the Simises, I'm not but even so, you'll probably go to the stormy snowfields. How can I stop you?
Rune Hunter, I heard you are planning to go to the stormy... Now, we're missing one more person. It's Winsel. If you happen to find him, can you direct him to where we are?
Damn it, who cares about artifacts or ancient texts? Right now, it's more important to protect your life. I lost all the things I had gathered from the temple, while running away from those life-slave monsters. Originally, I was supposed to hand them over to the archaeologist inside the temple. Forget it. I'm ditching this job. If that archaeologist had half a brain, they would have ran away too.
Rune Hunter. I must have... I've dedicated my whole life to studying serpents, so I couldn't ignore this opportunity. I tried my best to find something by looking through the things at the temple. If I knew this would happen, I would have returned sooner. I was trapped here, helpless. These treasures are beautiful. I'm glad I stayed behind. Thank you, Rune Hunter. I've decided, if I die, I will die here. I cannot take one step outside and leave these things behind. They're too precious.
Haven't we met before? I feel like I know you really well. The other rune hunters are already there. I guess I wasted too much time here. I must have lost track of time as I read the story about the primal war on this tombstone. The war between the 12 beings of Trom and the evil god serpents. The 12 beings, born from the void, shared their powers to create Trom and lived among their children. Everything was in harmony, and their children prospered under the blessing of the 12 gods. But there was a 13th being. The evil god serpents rose from the darkness of the light that came from the 12 gods. The 12 beings couldn't stand idle in the face of serpents, who shattered the balance and corrupted their children. The 12 beings tried to defeat the evil by sharing their powers contained within runes and essences, but they failed. In the end, the 12 beings decided to merge into one and return back to their beginning, their source, together with serpents. After a fierce battle, the soul of serpents was split into two and scattered into the world, and the 12 beings lost their bodies and names and fell into a deep slumber. Since serpents was born from the 12 gods, without the first beginning, serpents would not exist either. However, as time passed and as the children of Trom began to use the power of runes once again, they began to access the zodiacs, which in turn awakened the gods. But what they had not been aware of was that once divinity was restored, evil came along with it. Serpent's power brings back life. The Rodonimo pagans believe that the return of serpents will promise an eternity of revivals. Ever since the life slaves began rising, the Rodonimo are killing everything in their path. As long as the power of serpents remains, the dead will continue to revive under serpent's command. They seem to be trying to reach Trom with the life slaves from Bellatus. Or perhaps they have already thought of a way to massacre the people of Trom all at once.
Is it my fault for coming to Bellatus during this uproar? I lost everything I had to the creatures. Now I'm broke, and there's nothing left for me. And at this rate, I'll probably lose my life too. Rune Hunter, if you can help, maybe it will be possible. Get revenge on the Glacier Reaver, who took everything from me in my stead. I don't care if it comes back to life. I just want to see it fall down once. You can take my possessions. I can't do this anymore.
That's enough child's play. Anything that loses its value should be thrown away. From now on, we shall only stride forward for the One's complete revival. Come and bleed for the One. That is your sole purpose for existing.
can't believe William was... Does that mean most of the militia was being manipulated? And what Callie said sounds awfully similar to what the pagans said. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault.
So you guys, are you saying that you have been working with the militia all along?
Kind of. Although I did sense something odd at Cineswamp.
If you've been with them since Calicorda, I can actually understand why Fred made such a scene out there.
Who is the leader of the militia?
It was Prince Favina. He had black hair and a strikingly pale face.
What?
Did I say something wrong?
Prince Favina? Are you sure about that?
What? What do you mean?
Despite being an adopted son, Prince Favina was famous for how much he looked like King Alden. There were even rumors saying Prince Favina was King Alden's illegitimate son. But King Alden had brown hair. Even though Prince Favina went missing, there are things that simply do not change. I understand what you're saying. You want to save the soldiers that might still be at the camp, right? Let us join you. If the militia command is connected to the pagans, that becomes our problem as well. Captain Kristen has been preparing to stop the Redonimo from going through with their plans to revive serpents. That is why we are gathered here. The red moon rose, just like 10 years ago when serpents came back to life.
It wasn't something that was widely known to begin with. Actually, from the outside, the captain didn't really seem to care about the pagans. I think the captain tried to sort out the rune hunters through the conflict between Calicorda and the Terras. We were chosen and called to come to this point. If there weren't any issues, you, the hero of Calicorda, would have been with us too. You said the militia camp is at the entrance of Nivis Mountains, right? Let's go save them.
This cold is beyond what I imagined. Every step I take feels like a plunge into freezing water. This is another level of cold. If the snowstorm was an ambush, this is like poison that slowly creeps into you. You said you've been here before, right? Hey, if I were you, I would never want to venture here again. Let's move before our feet freeze.
I went the wrong way and ended up at this cave. The more I look at it, the more impressive it is. The crystals that make up this cave never rise above a specific temperature. I tried stoking a fire for hours and tried pouring hot water on it, but it never got warm. Isn't it amazing? Where could I use this crystal? It would be a good idea to collect a few samples first. Can you deliver the crystal samples along with my thoughts to my brother? I'll give you a hefty reward.
Wow, this path is really rough. I can't even tell which way I'm going right now. I'm glad I came with you guys. If I came here alone, I'm certain I would have froze to death. Alone then, I would be discovered by some... This cave seems to keep going.
Well, this is interesting. I was actually thinking the same. I thought that if I put this crystal inside the chest, it will require more research. But when I get back to Traum safely, I'll have to test it out.
Rune Hunter, there is a monster that turned into a... Please be careful.
I see the end of the cave. How far are we from the militia camp? Passing through a Galachi camp? But the sensation of leaving footprints on... This is something only a rune hunter can enjoy.
Although rare, Vulcus seems to have used runes to influence the surrounding creature. It's safe to say that this mind control rune on the forehead of Vulcus was the source of Vulcus's power. I've never seen a rune like this. I assume it's a rune new to even the veteran.
Rune Hunter Leon said that it seemed like what allowed Vulcus to have the ability to control minds was the rune that you discovered. She said...
I can't believe you embarked on a journey. I can't believe you embarked on a journey like this alone. I'm certain the hardship was enormous. I'm always getting help from you, which is what makes me look back at the stuff I've done for you. My memory isn't back, but I think that's because I'm holding our time together very dearly. I wanted to tell you, thank you for journeying with me, and that I'm continuing to count on you.
Kroko will do best. You might get lucky.
search for companions in a guild.
Seeing how you engage in battle tells me why you were regarded as the hero of— I know it's because of the circumstances. But don't you think you were the ideal rune hunter that Captain Kristen was waiting for? Of course. That doesn't mean we can lower our guard, okay?
That militia captain, he isn't someone you should underestimate. Unless you are well informed about the internal affairs of the Trio royal family. Who do you think he actually is?
So, the militia camp is just beyond here, right? I think it was relatively easy to get here. This should be the last obstacle. Let's keep sharp.
Salvis, are you all right?
I'm fine. But why are you here?
We obtained some information related to the Redonimo, so we were on our way to the militia camp.
Our compatriots have accompanied us this far as our guides. We weren't familiar with Nivis Mountains, so their help is greatly appreciated.
It is dangerous here. How about we return to camp and talk there? I'm quite sure we will have a lot of stories to share.
I didn't know you were looking for Salvis. That's quite a story you have. Salvis and Captain Kristen are close friends. They joined forces since the Bellatus expedition 10 years ago. Go ahead and talk to Salvis. I'm sure you have things to settle.
I heard from the other rune hunters that you thought Prince Favina was leading the militia. For a long time, Kristen and I thought you were part of the pagans. On the other hand, you thought we were working with the pagans. No matter the case, there certainly was a huge misunderstanding. I came to Nivis Mountains in search of the sacred arms that the Redonimo followers used to create the Plague Cloud. Their plan was to massacre the people of Trom and turn them into life slaves to spread evil throughout the world. I sensed the strong presence of a sacred arms in the direction of the militia camp. We should hurry.
That place is already empty. The training ground is the only place I sense someone. They are all dangerous, though. Be careful.
Rune Hunter. It's dangerous here. Escape. It's too late for me. The other soldiers.
Rune Hunter, please save Drill Master Eric's at the training grounds. Monster-like things. I trusted them. Everything was a lie.
It's been a while. I'm surprised that you are still alive. Eric's, look. The Rune Hunter you were so worried about is here.
No. Run.
Come at me, you little brat.
So, the sacred arms of Vesper.
Yes, this contains the power of one of the 12 primal beings, the god of poison and plague, Vesper. Depending on how you use it, this sacred arms can kill or save lives.
Professor! Be cool is...
Something must have happened at Be Cool.
I'm glad you're alive. Promise me that you'll survive.
I believe Liam told you before. But the members of the militia are composed of those who are in debt to the captain. Liam occasionally said that he is living a new life thanks to the captain, and that he will dedicate the rest of his life for the captain. He will aid the captain, even if the captain turns out to be a pagan.
You remembered William telling you the story of how all the militia were able to escape the doom of becoming plagued, thanks to the grace of the captain. Liam often showed William his loyalty to the captain, and said that he would live. Leon's hired hunter, Walda, was hunting in Silvery Frost Valley to secure food for the Rune Hunters. Because it was difficult to work alone, he asked you to lend a hand, and told you to... You found the ancient artifacts lost by the smuggler Ixiad, and delivered them to the archaeologist Sinew. Sinew was already Ciri's... Trader Barry asked for revenge, claiming that all he had was taken by the Glacier Reaver, who had become a life slave. You killed the creature as Barry asked, but on the other hand, you had mixed emotions because there was no point in doing that to the Glacier Reaver, who had already become a life slave. Merchant Elcor discovered that the crystals in the Cold Crystal Cave. You listened to the defeated militia lying in the camp and tried to save Eric's, but Eric's had already been severely injured by
Kristen made contact. He is waiting for us at Avina with the other rune hunters. I promise I will explain everything soon. But just trust me and head to Avina for now. Your friends will also be waiting for you there. I'll head there as soon as I'm done with my preparations.
The rune hunters of Nivis Mountain activated the sacred arms of Vesper together, as Salvus instructed. The plague cloud which was heading towards Trom stopped, and the plague energy in the sky was once again sealed into the sacred arms. Weeper's attack burned down Simis Be Cool, along with many Simises, including Liette. Facing the death of countless Simises with whom he spent many years together, Salvus moaned in anguish for a long time. Together with Salvus, you helped Simis Be Cool recover and headed to Advina. On your way to Advina, your mind was filled with chaos and confusion.
Rune Hunter, can you please help? My friend has been captured. My feet wouldn't move, knowing that I left my... So I'm begging you, defeat the revived...
I had been wondering whether I was going to die here. Thank you for saving me. Did you say Nestle? No, that's not possible. Nestle is the name of a friend of mine who died a long time ago. I know it's nonsense, but why is it that I want to believe you? I want to see Nestle.
Advina is frequently experiencing earthquakes like the one just now. Every time an earthquake happens, the power of Serpens grows stronger. The violent life slaves nearby are proof of that. We'll reach Advina soon. I believe we can have a more meaningful conversation with Kristen.
Huh?
Oh, Rune Hunter.
Good to see you.
It took a while, but I'm glad we were able to resolve the misunderstanding between us. We are taking necessary measures, with the assumption that Serpents will revive in Advena. Elite Knights are scouting every corner of Advena to find clues related to Serpents. So, Rune Hunter, I wish that you will join us in our cause.
Aphros Knights reported that they found the revived King Ulden. A knight assigned with the scouting mission will be waiting at Chillwind farmland. Verter volunteered for the task, so join him on your way.
You wandered to the Nivis Mountains in search of Salvis. At the first camp, you encountered rune hunters, summoned by Kristen, and you spent a while in... Opika, the rune hunter at the camp, said that the reason the rune hunters haven't gathered at the camp yet seemed to be because of the On your way to stormy snowfields, rune hunter Winsell, who you encountered in the Lost Temple, told you the story of the primordial war that led to the splitting of Serpent's soul into two. He told you that the Redonimos seemed to be planning to lead life slaves across to Trom from Bellatus. You felt that you were being used by the officers of the militia, so you talked with the rune hunters. Then the shocking truth was revealed. The one who you thought was Prince Favina. You led the way for the rune hunters who were not familiar with the Nivis Mountains. The other rune hunters were surprised by the cold energy emanating from the cold... After exiting the Cold Crystal Cave and entering the Glachi camp, you encountered Salvis confronting the Glachi priest. The rune hunters seemed to already know Salvis, and on the way to the Salvis said that he thought you were with the pagans, and that there was a misunderstanding between you two. Salvis said that he came to the Nivis Mountains because he wanted to retrieve the sacred arms of Vesper, which the pagans used to make the plague cloud. You said that you could feel the strong energy. You and Salvis hurried to Simis Bikul because the Simis messenger that came to see Salvis was injured badly. But Simis Bikul was already in ruins, and Liette said that Weeper, who was sick, suddenly woke up and began to slaughter Simises with unbelievable power.